The Isaiah Factor Uncensored starts right now.
And welcome to The Factor Uncensored tonight. A lot of eyes will be on Houston this weekend, just a few days after 19 innocent children and 2 teachers were gunned down in a classroom. The National Rifle Association will be hosting its annual convention right here in this city. Guns have been banned from the premises at George R. Brown. Still, a lot of people have been calling for the entire event to be canceled. Instead, defiant politicians who claim to weep for the unborn will be present at the Rifle Association's confab, thumbing their noses at those who say do something about the damn gun violence, including new laws on the book. Now, Governor Greg Abbott, Senator Ted Cruz, and former President Donald Trump are all on the list, even though Abbott now says he won't know if he will actually be attending. It's a day-by-day thing. In the meantime, Senator John Cornyn has pulled out, citing a, quote, scheduling conflict. That conflict may be just his conscience taking shape now. I asked tonight's panel if the upcoming convention is a huge damn mistake.
So, Representative Crockett, your thoughts on these state lawmakers and national figures attending the NRA after 19 children have died by gunfire here in the state of Texas?
Yeah, first of all, it's great to see you, Isaiah, but this is yet another time when we're sitting there and it's like you're saying one thing, which the thing that they're saying is, well, we're sending our prayers and our love, right? But I've always been taught by my father, who is a preacher, that faith without works is dead. And so these are the people that had the opportunity to do the work and they failed to do the work. And therefore, I don't want your prayers. What I want you to do what you're supposed to do, which is to show me that you really believe in what you say you're doing and actually give us legislation that will actually save lives.
Jack, let's hear from you. When you hear elected officials headed to an NRA convention here in the city of Houston after so many children have died, is that an issue? Should that be an issue in your perspective?
No, but hell no. The NRA has nothing to do with what happened in Uvalde. You had somebody who was out of their mind, somebody who needed some psychiatric help or some sort of help. But those guns didn't get up, walk out that door, pull their own trigger and kill anybody. Guns aren't the problem. It's people's mindset that is the problem. So to say that they aren't doing anything, we've got laws against murder. We've got laws against people who can and can't buy guns. We've got laws that make it hard for people to get guns. You can make all the laws you want, but the bottom line is if somebody is crazy enough to go out and kill somebody, one person or 10 or 20 people, they're going to find a means to do it, regardless of what your laws say. Look at Chicago, look at New York, look at all the places that have already put in no gun orders. And how many people are dying at the hands of guns in Chicago today?
All right, State Representative Jolanda Jones, let's hear from you and what Jack had to say, that guns don't kill people, people kill people, crazed people kill people.
Right. First of all, that's not true. If crazy people or evil people or bad people didn't have guns, they certainly couldn't kill all the people that they killed yesterday. To say that it doesn't rest on the hands of the elected officials who actually could enact laws that keep guns out of the wrong hands, there's no reason for people to have AR-15s.
They have laws against drugs.
There's no. I'm gonna need for you not to interrupt me. I didn't interrupt you. I'm gonna need for you
say something that doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna need for you to be respectful. Okay.
I am being respectful.
So I go back to what I said. That's exactly what the people who want anybody to have guns. It doesn't make a lick of sense that in Texas, and I'm so thankful that I got elected to go to the legislature to try to get them to reverse. Everyone shouldn't have a gun.
Tex, let's hear from you. What we heard from Houston Mayor Sylvester Turner today was that many people, many Republicans, many conservatives are in love with the unborn child, a child whose face they've never seen. But those kids that they see on a daily basis, they're not taking any effort to protect them from gun violence and crime here on our streets.
Well, that's not so. My daughter was a senior in 2018 at Santa Fe, where we lost 10 students. And as a parent who, my heart goes out to the parents that this has happened. And at the end of the day, it is the crazy people that do the crazy things. You vote Democrat, they're all about pushing the gay agenda. That's what this guy is. He's putting on eyeliner. The Democrats are wanting to teach our students how to be confused. The Democrats are pushing illegal aliens coming over here. This guy's an illegal alien. So you reap what you sow. And so I am okay with conservatives going to the NRA convention and say, look, it's good people with guns that stop bad people and crazy people with guns. But this is a political issue. And the viewers can decide who they're going to vote for. Are you going to support the illegal movements by the Democrats? Are you going to support the Democrats by wanting to confuse these children and they have mental issues and they go in and kill other children?
All right, Jasmine, Representative Crockett, I'm gonna let you take that because you had several different looks on your face.
I'm just saying, somehow it's got to do with the Democrats and being gay and all. I don't even understand where we going with it. This isn't even.
The guy is gay. He's illegal.
Let me be clear. Let me be clear. This is the problem. Y'all are nothing but hypocrites because the same party that wants to say we back the blue, let me run it down for you. Law enforcement came out adamantly against this specific bill, HB 1927. Every single law enforcement agency in the state of Texas said they were against this bill. Do you know why? Let me tell you why. Because I am a practicing lawyer. Guess what? At least if somebody has to have a license to carry, that means that if they see someone carrying, they can approach them and make them show their license. If you say that everybody can have a gun without a license, then you can't go up to this guy. And that's exactly what happened.
1 second, Tex, 1 second.
You're in violation of Article 6.
Tex, 1 second, let her finish.
I'm just saying this was what law enforcement warned us about. And so, yes, I'm not saying that law enforcement is ever going to just sit there and be able to prevent all crime. But I'll be doggone if we have some decent laws, then law enforcement could do a better job. And if you care about law enforcement and if you care about what it is that they say will protect them as well as the people, then the legislature should have listened and they didn't listen. So I'm not saying this wouldn't have happened, but I am saying that there was a chance that it didn't happen if we at least would have been smart about our gun laws.
And if you would do your job and sit there and you took an oath to the Constitution of the United States, your pledge is not to the people, your pledge is not to your party. You took an oath that you would uphold the Constitution, and it is our Second Amendment right. Once again, it was good people with a gun that took out an evil person, a young person who is here illegally. That's your number one agenda, is you want to bring the illegals over here and you reap what you sow. So the blood is on your hands, Congresswoman.
Jack, should there be any responsibility taken by Republicans for not addressing or authoring any new legislation when it comes to gun laws to address these mass shootings here in the country?
Biden said 18-year-olds shouldn't be able to go out and buy a gun. I don't necessarily disagree with that. But then we turn around and allow those 18-year-olds to join the military and have guns and go kill people. What we need, not necessarily more gun laws. We don't necessarily need to have more restrictions. We need to have people who will address the issues of our society today. We don't have discipline in our schools. We don't have people who are fearing the law enforcement. They don't fear any kind of repercussions. They have, you want to blame something? Okay, I'll go for the fact that video games have played a part in this. People have a desensitized sense of going out and what it's like to kill somebody when they have no clue what it's like to kill somebody because they've done it in games after game after game. We need to have parents who are in charge of raising these people. And you know what? When I went to school in the 80s, there were guns in the back of our trucks. Nobody got shot, but we were afraid of the repercussions. We valued life, and we also raised our kids with respect. And we taught them that they needed to be respectful of other people's lives, regardless of who they were or where they came from. It doesn't matter. It comes down to raising people, and it comes down to enforcing laws. We've already got enough laws on the books, Isaiah. We don't need more.
All right. We want to thank you all for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored. Obviously, this is a debate that will go on and on and on. Thank you guys for joining us here on The Factor tonight.